the questions were, how did the equipment hold up today and how is it holding up so far? It's been great. We did have a couple of reports of some paper jams and some jams with the equipment, which we were able to fix. So I think that and we always had a minimum of 2 pieces of equipment at each polling location, so we could always go to the second one. The DS850s, which is our high-speed tabulators, have been working wonderfully, and we can expect that that will continue through the night. In terms of voter intimidation, we were very fortunate. Voters of Palm Beach County were rocking it today. Everybody was very respectful of one another. The campaigns, we're told, were getting along really well. Certain of the areas where we had early voting difficulties, we're told that the 2 campaigns were sitting and eating lunch together. So I want to really commend everybody for the way they really conducted themselves today. 0.17% total rejections, 0.09% for signature differences and no signatures. It is not going to be a record turnout. Well, I shouldn't say that. Who knows with vote by mail? But we were at about just short of 76%. And I'm told in 1992 that it was 85% for Palm Beach County. So we'll have to get a lot of vote by mail ballots in to make that, although I was really hoping we would. The questions about post offices, we do sweep the post office, so I haven't heard anything that was left that was just found, but they do sweep the post office. We made several trips to the post office today, and when we go right before 7, they do a complete sweep, and they actually sign something, they take pictures showing that there's nothing there. But we didn't hear, I know some of the other counties had found bags or boxes, and we didn't hear anything like that in Palm Beach County. We will have a lot of provisionals. I know because we were keeping up with them today. A lot of the provisionals that I'm told that are going to come. Good news is we had a lot of people register to vote today. Bad news is they wanted to register to vote and they wanted to vote today. And even though it was explained to them that the book closing has passed, many of them insisted on casting a provisional ballot to vote. So unfortunately, those will not be counted, but those will be they have to all be brought before the canvassing board. So we know we'll have those. I don't know the nature yet of the rest of the provisionals. They haven't come into us yet. I think it's a combination of prepaid postage and COVID. There was a lot of people who did not want to come out in public and be in the lines with people voting. And we were, I think the combination of COVID and prepaid postage was a combination that just really drove people to vote by mail. I think that our team performed beautifully. The poll workers did a great job. They showed up. The staff did a great job. The machines are working. It really you have to make a lot of pieces to that puzzle to make it work. I think the pieces to the puzzle fell into place really well today. So of course we have the rest of a lot left to go tonight, but we're confident that we'll be able to keep up with the pace, and that I think that my goal as we walked into this was no news is good news, and so my goal is that that we won't be the story. You won't be reading about us in national newspapers because there won't be anything to say. It was $100 per poll worker on top of their regular pay. So every poll worker who worked on election day, and as well if you worked a stint in early voting, they also received $100. Poll worker pay ranges from $190 to $320 depending upon your position, and then it was $100 over that. It was thankfully very smooth and very short. So she arrived, I greeted her as the supervisor of elections. She went in to vote. She was the only voter in the polling room, of course, for safety purposes based on this Secret Services protocols. So we had only a couple of staff members who were manning the polls, and she came in, she voted, took maybe 5 to 10 minutes, and then she left.